Welcome to the first episode of Q&Z. My name is Quinn Peplo.
And I'm Matteo Zavala.
Today's topics will be about football. We will be discussing on winners of Sunday's game for tomorrow and Monday's game. And then Matteo will go over his fantasy
starts and sits of the week.
And I will be going over my AFC and NFC playoff bracket, but I will not name the Super Bowl winner just yet. All right, so let's start off with the first game of Sunday. Who's the first game, Matteo?
Cleveland versus the New York Jets.
Cleveland versus the New York Jets.
I think Cleveland's going to win, even without all their receivers.
By the way, this is Week 16. It will be Sunday, December 27th. I agree with you. I think Cleveland's going to win. I think it could be close, though. The Jets, they just upsetted the Rams. The wide receivers are out. Jarvis Landry's out. A couple other wide receivers are out. Baker Mayfield, they're just going to run the ball. Just give it to Kareem Hunt.
But the Jets still have a pretty good defense.
They have an okay defense, but I mean, it's the Jets. I still think the Browns are going to shut them down. Browns need this win
to make the playoffs and take the number one seed.
Yes, to take the number one seed. They could still beat Pittsburgh out of the number one seed. All right, let's go to the next game.
Giants versus Baltimore.
And this is a weird one. It's going to be close, but I have the Ravens winning this.
I have the Giants.
What? That is crazy.
The Giants' defense is going to is going to take the heavy load and lock down Lamar Jackson and the Ravens' offense.
I think they will. For the passing offense, yes. But for the rushing offense, no. I think J.K. Dobbins will go off. Lamar Jackson.
They do running back by committee, so you don't know who's going to go.
Yeah, you don't know. But I think Lamar Jackson, 50-plus rushing yards. He'll get at least 100. We'll get at least 150-plus rushing yards on the day against the Giants. And the Ravens' defense is pretty good at shutting down the run.
It's going to be a close game. It's a low-scoring game, defensive game.
Could be like 23-17 Ravens.
I'm guessing 10-7 Giants.
10-7. What are we, 2004?
Nah.
All right, what is the next game?
Chicago versus Jacksonville.
This is a good one. I think it might be close. I could see an upset, but I think the Bears will win this one. I think they'll win by 14 easily.
I agree 100%. The Jaguars' offense is not going to do anything against the Chicago Bears defense.
Gardner Minshew is benched. They're starting Mike Glennon, and I think they really want that number one pick.
Who doesn't? I'll tell you that.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence. I mean, what a guy. What is the next game?
Atlanta versus KC. My game of the week.
Your game of the week, of course. I'm a Chiefs fan, of course.
It's going to be a high-scoring game.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be a high-scoring game. Could be
all offense.
Yeah, all offense. I think it's going to be a 10-point differential. I think the Chiefs are going to win. Let's say I think they're going to win 31-21 or maybe 37-27.
I'm guessing 4 or 5. It's going to be a high-scoring game.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce are going to go off. Even though the Falcons don't have Julio, still have Calvin Ridley. He's going to go off.
I think Matt Ryan's going to put up some good numbers, but they're still going to blow the game as always.
I feel like they're going to pass more since they just benched Todd Gurley.
Yeah. I mean, Todd Gurley has been shut down this year. So
not the beginning of the year.
Well, not the beginning, but he's been shut down the past couple of weeks. All right, what is the next game?
Colts versus Steelers.
All right, this is a tough
defensive game.
It's going to be a defensive game. Phillip Rivers and those Colts offense, they're going to kind of move the ball. They're not going to move the ball as well as we think. It's going to be a defensive game. Colts 23-10. Pittsburgh's offense is terrible. Absolutely terrible. Colts defense is really good. They're going to get some picks.
And offense. Their Colts offense is going to perform.
Yeah,
T.Y. is going to go back to his old self that we all loved.
Yeah, right. He's gonna have a good game. He's gonna have a good game. Ty gonna finally show up. And what's the running back for the Colts?
Jonathan Taylor's gonna go off.
Yeah, he's gonna go off.
He's getting all the touches, going off every week.
I wouldn't be surprised if Big Ben throws 2 or 3 picks in it. Broncos at Chargers. I think this is gonna be close. I think it's gonna be a shootout.
Drew Lock is shut down by Bosa.
He's
gonna go off.
Bosa might get a sack.
I'm predicting 2 sacks from Bosa.
No. 1 sack. Maybe a sack and a half.
The Broncos are getting worse and worse each game, in my opinion.
They are. They're, kind of-ish. Their offense is getting better. Their defense is giving up more points. I think Chargers win this by 3. Justin Herbert gets 3 touchdowns. So does Drew Lock. They both each share an interception. Chargers win 27-24. Next game. Washington versus the Panthers at the Washington football team stadium. I have the Washington football team winning.
I agree.
Yeah.
They're going to lock down the
Panthers
offense.
And the Panthers have lost. They've lost a lot in a row.
Horrible offensive line.
1-4 in the last.
Chase
5.
Young is going to go off.
Yeah, he's going to get some sacks. Starting quarterback is Alex Smith. I mean,
he makes any team better, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's very conservative. It's going to be a low-scoring game. Washington football team's going to maybe get a pick six. They're going to force turnovers on Teddy Bridgewater. And this win for the Washington football team, in my opinion, will have a lock for the Washington football team's division. They will go to the playoffs if they win this game this Sunday.
I feel like I agree with that 100% because Washington is the upcoming team for the future.
They are.
Because
at least for this year.
No, the next year to come. Their defense is very young. They got years to come. Terry McLaurin, very young.
All right, next game. Rams at Seattle.
It's going to be just like the first one.
Rams
going to blow out.
Yeah. Well, not a blowout.
But their defense is going to shut them down.
Yeah, defense is going to shut down Russell Wilson.
DK not going to do crap.
DK is going to get shut down by Jalen Ramsey.
Again.
Is. And Wilson's going to throw an interception.
And fumble.
And a fumble. He's going to lose it. It's going to be like 23-20 Rams. It's going to be close.
It's going to be all on Chris Carson.
Yeah, if they want to move the ball down the field.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Donald, I think he'll get maybe 2 sacks.
I agree.
Yeah. He'll be hard to stop. Next game, Eagles at Dallas. I have Philadelphia.
Jalen Hurts against the Cowboys defense, which is absolutely horrible.
Yeah, absolutely horrible. I mean, Jalen Hurts, he's been hot in the last 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to torch Dallas. It's going to be maybe high scoring. I mean, Eagles defense is better than Dallas, but, I mean, they give up a lot of points as well. And I think it's going to be like 33-26, 33-27, Eagles.
Who do you think is going to win the division?
I think it's Washington. As I said before, they're going to beat Carolina, and that win will lock them in the playoffs and win their division. And they'll get the 4th seed in the NFC. Next game, Titans at Green Bay. This one's going to be close.
If David Montgomery can go off, Derrick Henry, it's a cakewalk.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry's going to go 150-plus yards.
I can see that.
Call it now.
I could see Derrick Henry. He's going to get 100-plus. Packers' run stop defense is terrible. They're terrible. And this is going to be close. It's going to be close. I think Rodgers is going to run up the score against the Titans.
It's going to be a high-scoring game. Very close game. But
yeah.
I think Titans are going to take it off.
No, I think Green Bay. I think Rodgers is upset from last week against Carolina. They didn't score enough. He didn't throw many touchdowns. I think he's going to get 3 passing touchdowns this week. They're going to win this game 37-34. Game-winning drive, Aaron Rodgers.
You can't stop Derrick Henry. He's an absolute monster.
Yeah. Bills at the Patriots.
It's going to be a blowout.
Yeah, it's going to be a cakewalk. Cam Newton, he's just...
washed up. Not the guy we all loved.
Yeah, the past couple of weeks, he's just not looking good.
It's horrible.
They have nobody to build around with that offense, really.
Because everyone opted out. And no Brady.
And they didn't really sign anybody in free agency.
Besides Cam Newton the day before.
Yeah. And it's like they just don't have any offensive playmakers. And Cam Newton's shoulder is just... his mechanics are terrible.
And the running backs are injured. Damian Harris is questionable. He's probably going to get limited snaps.
All right. That is enough with the games for this week.
And going out to start and sits. My main start for the running back has got to be Jonathan Taylor. His snaps have been going up each game. And Leonard, Tony Pollard for the Dallas Cowboys because Zeke is probably not going to play. Most likely not going to play. He's going to go off like he did last week. Melvin Gordon is going to be a sit for me because he's going to get locked down and everything.
Really against? Oh yeah.
Chargers defense.
I can see that.
And I'm saying that Le'Veon Bell is going to get locked down. Atlanta has one of the best rush defense in the league.
Yeah, I feel like they're just going to go pass heavy, and then they're not going to pass the ball. It's going to be all Tyreek Hill, Kelsey. It's going to be Pat Mahomes going to get like 400 passing yards maybe.
A start for me is going to be Russell Gage. I feel like he's going to get 20 plus there.
Really?
Because they're going to put Breland
Yeah.
on Ridley. It's going to give Gage his time to shine.
I can see that.
And Cole Beasley is going to go off because they're going to focus all on Stephon Diggs. And I think John Brown's going to come back, so he's also going to be an issue.
Yeah.
And a sit for me is got to be DJ Shark because he's playing the Bears secondary, who has one of the best secondaries in the league. And Michael Gallup. The Cowboys passing offense is getting a little bit better, but he's not going to show up against the Eagles defense. But for tight ends, Logan Thomas is going to go off again. He's been getting better and better each game, in my opinion.
He had a huge game last week. He had 13 catches, 100-plus yards.
Noah Fant's going to go off, too. Off his game last week, he's going to keep on with that momentum.
Yeah.
And I think he's getting really a connection with Drew Lock. And for a sit for me, I'm going to have to go with Dalton Schultz. Even though he likes to be thrown to, the Eagles' defense is very, very good, in my opinion. And another sit for me would be Cole Kmet. It's going to be the Bears will be up by a lot, and they're going to be handing off to the game.
Yeah.
The whole time. QB a start for me is going to be Deshaun Watson. He's going to blow out the Cincinnati. Cincinnati's horrible. And they're playing for a good, decent draft pick, too.
Yeah.
And a sit for the QB is going to be Drew Lock against the Chargers defensive line.
That's off to me. This is not fantasy football, but this is my playoff bracket. I will start with the NFC. For the number 1 seed, I predict that the Green Bay Packers will go 13-3. They will win their next 2 games of the season and lock up the number 1 seed. The Saints will go 12-4, lock up the number 2. Rams will lock up the 3rd seed, go 12-4. They'll upset Seattle this week, as I said earlier, and they will win their last game against Arizona, who just lost today. Arizona, they're getting cold now. Washington will get the 4th seed because they are their division winner. They will go 7-9.
As a division winner.
That's pretty sad, but I mean that's what we live in. The Buccaneers, they'll go 11-5 and have the 5th seed. Seattle will take the 6th seed, 11-5. The Chicago Bears will sneak in 8-8 because Arizona's lost today against the Niners. It was shocking to me, but I mean they lost. They're 8-7 now, and I believe they're going to lose to the Rams next week. They go 8-8, and the Bears, all they have to do is just win 1 game. And
next week,
even if they tie 8-8, Bears are in.
Jacksonville is perfect.
Hold it against them. Yeah, Jacksonville's a perfect win for the Bears.
Yeah.
So going over the playoff games, I have the Saints versus the Bears. The number 7 seed versus the number 2 seed. Saints will be hosting. Saints will beat the Bears easily. Bears, no chance. Sorry, but they're just not that good of a playoff team. Next game will be the Rams versus the Seahawks. The Rams will be hosting, of course, and they will beat Seattle. And then the next game I have Washington versus the Buccaneers. Washington will be hosting, but Tampa Bay, they're just too good. Tom Brady will just spark up a bunch of points on them. They'll take the win.
He's the GOAT.
So then these are the final. This is divisional round. 2 games. Packers versus Buccaneers. Saints versus Rams. Packers versus Buccaneers. I have the Buccaneers blowing out the Packers.
In week 3?
Week 3, I believe, yeah. They blew them out. I love Aaron Rodgers, but this defense is too good. The offense, they're just going to score a bunch of points. Buccaneers win easily. Saints versus Rams. It's very controversial games from before the Rams. It was a championship, Saints versus Rams. Very controversial, that PI call. But I think there's going to be no controversial calls, and it's going to be Rams easily. It might be close, but I think Rams got this game. So then the championship for the NFC will be Buccaneers versus the Rams. And the Rams will be hosting. I think the Rams got this. Their defense is going to shut down Tom Brady like they did this season. And Rams will advance to the Super Bowl. For the AFC, for the number 1 seed, I have the Chiefs going 15-1 or 14-2. They're going to win this game against Atlanta, but the last game of the season, they might bench the starters because there's no point of playing them. Nobody else is going to get the number 1 seed. 15-1 or 14-2. Bills, they're going to go 13-3, claim the number 2 seed. I have the Colts going 12-4, claiming the number 3 seed. I have the Browns going 12-4, claiming the 4th seed. They will win their division. Pittsburgh will keep losing. They'll lose against the Colts. They will lose against the Browns. Final game of the season. Steelers' offense is so bad right now. Their defense is okay, but the offense is
And Juju's
terrible.
a big meme.
Juju, big meme, yeah. And then I have the Titans, the 5th seed. They'll go 11-5. They have a 5-1 division record that I predict they'll win. They'll lose against the Packers, but then they'll win their last division game. 6th seed, I have the Steelers going 11-5. They have a 4-2 division record. And then I have the Ravens sneaking into the playoffs with the 7th seed going 11-5. Their division record's 3-3. That's why Pittsburgh is ahead of them. So, first game, Bills versus Ravens. The 2nd seed versus the 7th seed. Bills will be hosting, obviously. Bills, I just think they'll shut down Lamar Jackson. Their defense is good. Their offense is booming. The Bills. Bills will win that easily. Colts versus Steelers. Steelers, they lost 5 in a row against the Colts. They played them this year, and I predict that the Colts were going to win. But in this playoff game, it's going to be a must-win for the Steelers. Steelers are going to win this. I think it's going to be an upset because of playoff experience Big Ben has, and then Philip Rivers, he's just
sucks in the playoffs. It's like
he sucks in the playoffs.
He hasn't won a single game.
No, he has. He's won, I think maybe 2 or 3. I don't know how much, but he hasn't had much playoff experience as Ben Roethlisberger. Steelers win that in an upset. So then the next game, I have Browns versus the Titans. I got the Browns in this one. Browns are going to steamroll the Titans.
Like they did last time.
Yeah, in the regular season. It might be close, but I got the Browns winning this. So then our divisional round games. We have the Chiefs versus the Steelers, and the Bills versus the Browns. Chiefs will be hosting against the Pittsburgh Steelers, the 6th seed Steelers, and I got the Chiefs winning this. They're going to steamroll the Steelers. Steelers offense, they're just not going to get it together against the Chiefs. Chiefs are just going to run up the score on them. And then we got the Bills versus the Browns. I have the Bills winning this game. I mean, it's going to be close. It's going to be close. I could see an upset. I could see the Browns upsetting the Bills, but no, I got the Bills winning this. So the championship game will be the Chiefs versus the Bills. Chiefs are hosting. I have the Chiefs winning this. I could also see an upset.
Wait, so with the new rule, the Chiefs, let's say the Chiefs get first, get automatic conference championship.
What do you mean?
Get automatic, like AFC conference.
Like if they're the number 1 seed, they host every game?
Yeah.
Yeah. If they're number 1 seed, they host every game if they win out, So Chiefs versus Bills, I got the Chiefs winning this. Bills, I could see the upset, but for now, I have the Chiefs. So then my Super Bowl prediction is Chiefs versus the Rams. I will not decide the winner until that time has come.
I think it's gonna be like the game 2 years ago.
If this is the Super Bowl, I think like 2 or 3 years ago, that Monday Night Football where they just ran up the score. Might be less scoring than that, but might be like in the 30s or 40s for each team. But yeah. So that sums up for this week for the QZ. I'm Quinn Peplow along with Matteo Zavala.
Have a good night.
You have a good night. Yeah.